What's going on, guys? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and it is a beautiful day in Montana, so I thought, you know what? We're going to do this outside. But before I sat down in the yard, I went shopping. Okay, so we're going to show you all that I picked up. Our local thrift store opened today. Now, I wasn't able to get there until after lunch. It opened at 10 o'clock, so there was, I'm sure, a mad rush. The parking lot was pretty busy. I mean, it's been closed for a long time. People are ready to get back in there. Been in Goodwill a couple of times, 2-3 times in the last week and a half since they opened. And there's a lot of bare spots on the shelves, unfortunately. At Good Sam, not really any bare spots. They've taken advantage of the downtime. They've stocked the place. There's a lot of good stuff in there. And it sounds like I missed some stuff. Farmer Mark, he's always in here commenting. He's a great guy. He's a friend of mine. He's here in town. That guy found 3 pair of vintage Levi's 501 red salvage. I mean, the guy's gonna make like $400 off of 3 pairs of jeans. It's unreal. So I got beat on some good stuff, but I think I picked up a pretty good pile here. We spent, all told, $60.50. I think 50 cents of that is a personal use item, so we spent 60 bucks. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just show you this stuff in the order that I found it in. Okay, the first thing that we found, I went to the Bibles, and we found this Bible. This is a Douay Rheims, I think. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a standard Catholic version of the Holy Bible. And if you flip open the front, now this isn't in pristine condition. It's actually got, I mean, not really condition issues. It's just a used Bible. Sometimes you can find these old Bibles where they were never used and the spine is still tight. Those are worth a lot of money. But this one, guys, is copyright 1914. This is an antique Bible, officially. This thing is going to sell. We're going to pop up some stuff over here. I think this is probably a $40 Bible. Just guessing. I haven't comped yet. I just know to look for this Bible now. And I think this is going to be a winner. They're going to move a little slow and they're not worth a ton, but I think they're neat, and eventually somebody's going to come along and it'll be a little sale, but it's a fine sale. These cost $1 a piece. I found 2 of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I think, lot these together and make it a little more appealing. The sell-through on these is, well, like I said, it's slow. I've looked this type of stuff up before. But advertising travel mugs will sell, guys. This, a Phillips 66. And it's just got on the front and back, it's just the logo, right? It's got a little bit of scuffing on the front, but not bad. But I found that one, and right next to it, we found Phillips 66 Food Plaza. So we've got 2 of these. They're in very nice condition. The graphics are not all scratched up. I need to just wipe them down with a Clorox wipe and they'll be fine. And these are made by Aladdin. That's one of the names that you'll want to look for, is Aladdin. This was made in Nashville, Tennessee, so it's a made in the USA. I don't know if you can see that out here or not, but these I think will sell. And for $1 a piece, I'm willing to let them sit for a while, and they will. They'll sit for a while. So we got 2 mugs. And then I found an actual mug, the travel mug, the coffee mug. And I don't think there probably are any comps for this. I don't know. Just a little Fox, like the studio, TV movie studio. It's in beautiful condition. It doesn't look like it was ever used. There's no, when you pick up mugs, like Starbucks mug stuff, and there were a couple Starbucks mugs there, they were just in not great condition and not desirable ones necessarily. What you want to do is look inside of them and see if they've used them, if they swirled a spoon around in there, like they were mixing up their creamer and their coffee or whatever, or their tea or what have you. You'll see the little lines on the bottom from the spoon. Those are called swirl marks. Watch for swirl marks. That's going to cut down on the value. And if there are not any, you can put that in the description or in the title, no swirl marks. This is basically a brand new mug that somebody got and never ever washed or used because the graphic is still completely fine. So this is a new mug from Fox. So there's probably a movie type collector that wants this to sit on a shelf. It's not a high dollar thing, but I paid 50 cents for it. Living the mug life. We also picked up a personal use mug, and I think this is cool. Even if you don't like the Cowboys, this is a cool mug, guys. We got the name on the handle, and then it's like the slow fade into the, I mean, that's pretty cool. And it's blue on the inside. I paid $1 for this. This is a 2015 official NFL. It's Bolter Brands. I've never heard of that, but I just really like this mug. It's tall and it's got the handle where it fits your whole fist in there. So Cowboys, they're probably going to finish 500 again. Judging by the condition, this is essentially a new old stock type of thing. This is new. This is a vintage Russell Athletic jersey. It's not a team, it's just a generic Russell Athletic jersey, but it's got this on the side, really heavy duty, and like I said, intact. It's not been run through a washing machine or a dryer. Look at this thing. It's pretty cool. And it's got the Russell Athletic tag on the bottom right there. So this just one that somebody that likes Russell Athletic vintage, I mean, or, you know, it honestly, when I first saw it, I thought it was like an Ohio State jersey is when I first saw it. So, I mean, somebody maybe that likes the Buckeyes and wants just a lounging around thing. This is really cool. I'll pop the comps up there, like I said, but I think this might be pretty good just because it's a made in the USA vintage, new old stock, essentially, shirt. This is unworn. So I think this jersey is going to be really solid. And then something else that's always solid is the North Face. And when you get stuff like North Face, like Patagonia, anything, the brands that are big, you want it splashed across the front. That's the more desirable stuff, is the stuff that says, hey, look, this is what I'm wearing. This isn't splashy, but it is an RU14. That is a well-known North Face brand, and so, or style. So it's a North Face RU14 shirt. It's got it on the back as well, and it's got the logo and the flags on the sleeve. So this is a nice little t-shirt for $1.50. You'll know about the same time you're watching this, because it's over here. I'm gonna guess this is a $20 shirt. So really easy flip on this one. I think this one will move relatively fast. Okay, and then we moved over into toys. Didn't really find anything, though this was sitting in the toys. And, pardon the crinkling, doesn't really belong there, but I get it. They didn't know where to put this thing. It's tagged for $2.50, which is higher than I maybe would have wanted to pay, but I was looking at this as a bulk purchase, right? So the total price made this thing acceptable. This is Famous Racing Sausages. This came from a Brewers game, I believe. We had a Brewers team here in town until a couple of years ago. And, well, no, it says it came out of the Brewers team store. Well, yeah. This might have come from the Brewers team store, or it came from here. But there's a coupon on the top from the Brewers team store. So I'm not sure which one it came from, but it's a Milwaukee Brewers deal. This is number 6 of 8 in a series of collectible bobbleheads. We're going to take him out. Well, I just dropped him. Okay, guys, you know what? Sometimes things are bust. I hadn't taken him out. This is another personal use item now. Chorizo is busted. I should have taken him out. I should have looked. It's a little bit older. I can probably fix it. We'll see. But the glue that they used to hold him together, I think it just came loose. So there's Chorizo right there. And he's a bobblehead. And he sits like this. I mean, he's a bobble. His head doesn't bobble. He bobbles. I guess he could just sit like that, right? Maybe he sits on my desk now, because I don't want to sell the guy when he comes apart like that. I don't think that's supposed to happen. So if one of you guys is interested, or like I said, I can try and re-glue him, but the odds of him coming apart again are high, even in shipping. So little old Chorizo Might just stay with me. So we might have lost $2.50 there, but you know what? I'll get enjoyment out of him. Okay, and then what I thought was the last thing that I picked up. I don't know how long this thing is, but it's long. And the tail, like the tail motion is fantastic. It's like he's swimming. We got a alligator crocodile. I don't know. We got a reptile. This thing is huge. This thing is what? There's a foot. There's a foot. He's probably 3 feet long or more. I know crocodiles, alligators tend to do well. I look for plush that are different, not your standard teddy bears and stuff like that. I look for things that are unique. This certainly is unique. So a giant crocodile, I have no idea. Maybe there's a comp up there. And I thought that was it. I was out with an armload of stuff that I thought, you know what, this is pretty good for 11 bucks, thereabouts. Standing in a long checkout line, or at least a slow checkout line. It wasn't a long one. It was just going slow for various reasons. I happened to see something sitting on the counter. Just like Goodwill, they have a glass case up front. Now, most of the stuff they put in the glass case, they think is valuable. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's overpriced and valuable. You know, so I look in there. I always look in there because you never know what you're going to find, and I found some good stuff in there. But it's not the first place that I go. Today was the last place that I went because I was just looking at it as we were standing there, and we pulled out this. Okay, this is a Skidoo. This is a modular technology revolution helmet. It's the Bombardier. Skidoo is a very good brand. This thing is pretty high end, guys. Now it's used. Well, there we go. It's used. There are a couple dings on it. Up here, there looks like a little melt mark or something. I'm not sure what happened there. It looks like the plastic melted, which is weird. Just on a little spot there. There is on the side over here a little ding right here. It looks like they caught something, maybe another helmet, something like that. But you know what? Otherwise, this thing's in great shape. There's a little bit of paint transfer back here, but this is a fantastic helmet. You got the visor, it'll come up here. This is you got a sunshade here. You got sunscreen. Really, really, really good. Look up the comps for this. I just happened to know that this looked high end. I wanted to double check because it had a high end price tag on it. But there's what we were charged, or if you did the math already, you figured it out, 50 bucks for this. But the comps on this helmet are fantastic. And just like anything else, you want to look at the size. Size matters in clothing, size matters in helmets. This is an XL, so it's a good size. A guy can wear this. And a guy is going to be wearing this very soon, but he's going to be paying me about 3 times what I paid for this, plus shipping. So we're going to make about 100 bucks potentially on this thing. We're going to make at least 70, 75 bucks, something like that. I got to see what else is out there, but brand new, this is at least a $250 helmet. So we got out of there for 60 bucks. 50 of it was this, but I think we're going to do really okay. Guys, thanks so much for coming by. I sure appreciate it. If you haven't yet, hit the thumbs up, subscribe down underneath there, hit that bell icon. That'll tell you if we have any new content show up. You'll know. If you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, put those down below too. I'd love to answer questions if you've got any. I'd love to hear your derogatory comments about the Cowboys. I've probably said some of them myself, maybe more than some of them. We're pushing towards 700 subscriptions, guys. We're almost at 1,000. Anything you can do to help me out, help get this information out to other people. I want to help as many new resellers, as many veteran resellers as we can. Lots more content coming up next week, guys. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you next time.